You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking about Serena Williams here in this video. As you guys know, Serena Williams, her career is now over with as she lost at the US Open. Serena Williams has a record 23 Grand Slam titles in the Open era. However, the woman with the most Grand Slam titles when it comes to women's tennis is actually Margaret Court from Australia. Now, there is a caveat to Margaret Court's 24 Grand Slam titles. A vast majority of those titles came before the Open era. Now, the Open era started in 1968, and prior to that, professionals were not allowed to actually compete at the Grand Slam titles. So in the Open era, Margaret Court actually has 11 Grand Slam titles to Serena Williams's 23. Now, I've been very, very clear, folks. When it comes to the GOAT conversation, I believe it's Steffi Graf. Steffi Graf has 22 Grand Slam titles, and she was much more dominant than Serena Williams when it comes to her overall career. Steffi Graf played professionally something like 11 or 12 years, and she was absolutely dominant. She even won the Golden Slam. She won the Grand Slam as well. I mean, if you have not watched Steffi Graf play, you need to go back and watch her. She was just that dominant. But anyway, Margaret Court actually has some comments about Serena Williams. She definitely respects Serena Williams. However, she doesn't believe that Serena Williams actually respects her. Check this out. Over here on ESPN, Margaret Court defends tennis record in wake of Serena Williams' farewell, says admiration not reciprocated. So, let's read this. Australia's Margaret Court believes she doesn't get as much credit from the tennis world as she deserves for her 24 Grand Slam singles titles, and that Serena Williams doesn't reciprocate her admiration. Williams, who holds 23 Grand Slam titles, one shy of the record Court set from 1960 to 1973, was feted in many quarters as the greatest tennis player of all time in the wake of what is expected to be her final appearance at Flushing Meadows after recently telling the world she is ready to start evolving away from her playing days. Williams, who will turn 41 this month, was eliminated from the US Open in the third round by Ajla Tomljanovic on Friday night, a match in which she staved off 5 match points to prolong the 3-hour-plus proceedings. And this is what Margaret Court actually had to say. Quote, Serena, I've admired her as a player, Court 80 told Britain's Daily Telegraph in a rare interview, but I don't think she has ever admired me. Court said she has become a persona non grata in the tennis world because of her Christian beliefs, which led her to oppose same-sex marriage when it was proposed in Australia. And you know what? She's right about that, because at the Australian Open, there's a court there called Margaret Court. And there's been calls to actually rename it because she will not bend the knee when it comes to her Christian beliefs. Now, if we just stick to tennis, this is where the totals are for the Open era here. You can see Serena Williams there with 23, Steffi Graf with 22, who I think is the GOAT. But another person in the conversation is definitely Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova. You can also see Margaret Court right there with 11. Now, when it comes to finals appearances in Grand Slams, Chris Evert has 34, Serena Williams 33, Martina 32, Steffi Graf at 31. And semifinals, Chris Evert at the top. Quarterfinals, Chris Evert is at the top. In appearances, Venus and Serena, they're at the top, but they played a very, very long time. No doubt about it. That's why you see Serena up here with the most matches played at 423 and Steffi Graf at 310. She's also won the most matches. And those are really kind of longevity things because, like I said, Steffi Graf retired at 29 years old. Serena about to be 41 and just retired here. But check this out. When it comes to Grand Slam records, Margaret Court has almost a 91% winning percentage. Steffi Graf just under 90%. Then you have Chris Evert at 89 and Serena Williams at like 80, about 87% right there. So Margaret Court, definitely an all-time great player, but I believe she kind of suffers from the same deal with like Bill Russell. Bill Russell has 11 titles, but he won his titles when there were only like 10 teams in the NBA, and the players in the NBA at that time, majority of them were not even full-time NBA players. They had like jobs in the off season. Bill Russell, he was a full-time player at that point. So it's kind of, the Michael Jordan versus Bill Russell thing. And when you actually see the ranking of NBA players, usually it's Jordan at 1 and Bill Russell is somewhere like maybe like top 8, that kind of thing. But Margaret Court saying that Serena Williams doesn't really respect her, I believe it's probably because of the open era thing. I mean, you can only play in the era that you were playing in. And when it comes to tennis, a vast majority of Margaret Court was in the pre-open era, even though she was dominant in the open era. She was. But I believe the media is just going to continue to praise Serena Williams as the GOAT, but she's not. Serena Williams is definitely, I believe, like top 4. I believe it's Steffi Graf, and then you can go Martina, you can go Chris Evert, and then you can put Serena Williams somewhere around there. But for me, the GOAT is clearly Steffi Graf. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.